The Ebola outbreak is hitting close to home for one West Michigan organization. Christian Reform World Missions has had to scale back operations in West Africa. And 24-hour News 8's Joe LaFurgy has more on how the organization is dealing with all this.
Ron Geerlings has a lot on his plate these days. He's West African Regional Director for Christian Reform World Missions here in Grand Rapids. He also heads security for the organization.
It hits me from both sides when the security concerns are in West Africa.
Now, the mission would normally have about a dozen or more people in countries affected most by the Ebola outbreak: Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia. Timing was on the mission's side. Many of those posts were empty due to rotations and other changes about the time the outbreak ramped up.
There's just one family at this point with young children that we have relocated to a country next door for the last 5 weeks.
But that family wants to go back to Guinea, which illustrates the major dilemma for missionaries.
On the one hand, we want to help like never before. At the same time, we want to get people protect people that have not signed up with these expectations.
So the missions set up some guidelines assessing where the problem is worse, where it appears to be getting better. Geerling says Guinea seems to be the closest to getting some control over the outbreak, but he's concerned there's been undercounting in Sierra Leone. And he says the problem appears to be out of control in Liberia. Still, the mission will consider sending people back to the region.
If adults without children want to go into a situation, and we believe they're doing so, feeling the call of the Lord and equipped to handle it, we're much more likely to be willing to take a high risk with people like that.
As for just how bad it will get, Geerling says predictions of 1.4 million infections are not out of the question. He's hoping additional intervention from countries like the U.S. helps avoid that worst-case scenario. In Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurgy, 24-hour News 8.